So hello class, today I will be teaching about the topic ocular emergency, and this is for BSc third years. This is from the first unit, unit 1 of medical surgical nursing. So the ocular emergency, okay, ocular meaning eye. Okay, so any emergency of the eyes are including the orbital trauma, the ocular trauma, and the ocular tumors. So these three are included. They are a part of the ocular emergency. So let us see first the orbital trauma. Any injury to the orbit is usually which is associated with head injury. So if there's any accident or if there's any fall from a very great height, then there will be a head injury, and along with the head injury there will be an orbital trauma. Okay, so this includes soft tissue injury and hemorrhage. Number 2, orbital fracture and foreign body. So these are the three components that whenever there is an orbital trauma, then these three will be affected. That is, there will be an injury to the soft tissue, there will be hemorrhage, okay, then there will be a fracture in the orbit area, and there will be presence of foreign bodies. So let us see first with the soft tissue injury and hemorrhage. So you can see here, this is a picture of soft tissue injury and the hemorrhage. Okay, so soft tissue orbital injuries often result in damage to the optic nerve. So if there's any injury to the soft tissues, then ultimately the optic nerve will be damaged. It will be destroyed. So some of the signs and symptoms are blunt or penetrating trauma, tenderness, ecchymosis. You can see here this red, okay, this purple color here. This is called ecchymosis. Then there will be lid swelling. Eyelids will be swelled, or there will be swelling of the eyelids. Then there is proptosis, which is called downward displacement of the eyeball. There will be hemorrhage and black eye, contusion with subconjunctival hemorrhage. So these are some of the signs and symptoms of soft tissue injury and hemorrhage. So these are the diagnostic evaluation are history collection, physical examination, ocular examination, where we check for swelling of the eyelids, we check for the ptosis, or we check for the ecchymosis, okay, and we will perform an X-ray. The management for soft tissue injury is, it does not threaten any vision. It is usually conservative, and it consists of thorough inspection, cleaning, and repair. Cold compresses are used in early phase, which are followed by warm compress. Hematoma that appear as swollen, fluctuating area, they may be drained or aspirated. Okay, if there's any hematomas present, then we can aspirate or drain it. And immediate loss of vision after an ocular injury is usually irreversible. So, once there's injury in the optic nerve, then the visual sight or the vision cannot come back to its normal stage. It is irreversible. Next, after soft tissue injury, is the orbital rod fracture. Any blowout fracture results from compression of soft tissue and the sudden increase in orbital pressure. So whenever there's a blow or there's a increased force which is being given into your eyes, then there is a sudden increase in the pressure in the orbit, and that force is transmitted to the orbital floor, the area of the leaf. So therefore there will be fracture because of the excessive force which is given onto the eyes or to the orbit. Diagnosis, evaluation, history collection, physical examination, and CT scan. Okay, with the help of CT scan, you will identify the muscles and the auxiliary structures. Okay, whether there is any damage to the soft tissues. Management, surgical management would require a neurosurgeon and the ophthalmologist. So here we will require two doctors, that is neurosurgeon and the ophthalmologist. Surgical interventions are: number 1, displacement of bone fragments. Because of the excessive force, there can be fracture, right? So we have to displace the bone fragments. Next is disfiguring the normal facial contours. We have to find out if there's any abnormal facial errors or changes in the face. and interference with the normal binocular vision. So we have to check with the vision also. So these are some of the surgical management. Now coming to the foreign bodies. Foreign bodies that enter the orbit are usually tolerated. Okay, so minute foreign bodies which are present in the orbit, they are tolerated. Okay, they are tolerated by the patient. But some bodies like copper, iron, and vegetable material, like from plants or trees, they can cause purulent infection. You can see this is a picture where there is a foreign object which is being present in the orbit of the eye. So that is foreign body. So the diagnostic test, you will perform a history collection, physical examination, perform an X-ray to identify the foreign body, CT scan, and MRI. Management. After the extent of the orbital damage, okay, so after the injury, after the injury to the head and after injury of the eyes, we will perform a conservative treatment, and the surgical removal of the foreign object can be performed. In general, the orbital foreign bodies are removed, and if they are in a superficial position or the anterior position, that is the front portion of the eye. Foreign bodies, they have sharp edges and they affect the orbital structure. So they can injure the lens, they can injure the cornea, as well as the ciliary bodies. A surgical intervention is directed at preventing ocular injury and they maintain the integrity of the affected areas. So that is why any foreign bodies which are present in the eyes, that should be the surgical management should be performed at the earliest. Now coming to the next topic is the ocular trauma. So we have done about the orbital trauma. So now we come to the next is the ocular trauma, where there is trauma to the eyes, and the main complication is blindness. Okay, it can be permanent blindness or temporary blindness, and this trauma is very common among children and young adults, because this is the period where the teenagers or the adults or the children, they are having high daily living activities, and especially males are more affected with ocular trauma because of the because of any activities like sports or boxing activities. So because of that, they can have ocular trauma. The risk factors are occupational injuries, people working in construction, people working in factories, they are at a higher risk for developing ocular trauma. Sports, like I said, basketball, baseball, or any other games which involve the injury to the eyes. Then weapons like air guns, then assault, motor vehicle accident, crashes, and explosions. So these are some of the causes for ocular trauma. So there are two types of ocular trauma. One is a chemical and one is the foreign object. So if there's any chemicals, because of the chemicals which are present in the eye, that can injure the optic nerve and can lead to blindness. So in such situations, the eye should be immediately washed with tap water or normal saline. And if any foreign object is being inserted into the eyes, okay, like a small stick, or if there's any foreign insect, so that in that case, no attempt should be made to remove the foreign object. Why? Because this can lead to damage to the surrounding tissues, and no pressure or patch should be applied to the affected eye. So the diagnostic tests here are as follows. First is the history collection. We have to take a history of the patient. Physical assessment, physical examination from head to toe should be performed. Pupil reaction should be checked. Ocular motility, slit lamp biomicroscopy should be performed. Ophthalmoscope and CT scan to identify the foreign bodies. The management here is splash injuries, cycloplegic agents or topical antibiotics can be provided. For foreign bodies and corneal abrasion, we try to remove the foreign bodies under sterile surgical management, and we provide or apply antibiotics to prevent any infection. And we advise the patient to wear contact lenses. Next, for any penetrating injuries or confusion of the eyeballs, then because of the inflammation, we will give corticosteroids to reduce the inflammatory process and anti-fibrinolytic agents to prevent any cluttering of the eye, and that because of that it can lead to hematoma. So that was the management of ocular trauma. So thank you.